Hi guys, now today's topic about IgG4 related disease in ENT. That is very important topic. Sometimes we miss the diagnosis in salivary gland and other laryngeal or oral pathologies. So we should know about IgG4 related disease. This is recent topic and very important to diagnose head and neck mass and other salivary dysfunction. So IgG4 related is rare fibro-inflammatory disorder characterized by elevated serum level of IgG4 more than 135 mg per deciliter, and this is multi-organ inflammation common in Japan and Asian countries. It is common in male than female, and seventh decade is more commonly affected. Disease, a lot of disease included in this. For ENT purpose, there are some disease like Mikulicz disease, Kuttner tumor, and chronic sclerosing sialoidinitis are included as salivary gland disease. So we are focusing these three diseases. The lacrimal gland, pituitary gland hypophyseal, thyroiditis, pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is more commonly affected. Autoimmune pancreatitis is most common manifestation of IgG related disease. This is MCQ. Most commonly organ affected in IgG4 related disease is pancreas. So it is autoimmune pancreatitis. Sclerosing cholangitis, lungs, retroperitoneal fibrosis, lymphadenopathy may be present. Any organ can be affected by IgG4 related disease. So patient may present with symmetrical swelling eyelid, salivary gland such as most commonly involved submandibular gland followed by parotid followed by sublingual gland. So this is also MCQ. Which gland is most commonly affected is submandibular gland. Cervical lymphadenopathy with symptom of ocular or oral dryness. It is just like Sjogren's syndrome where the dryness is there. On histopathology, there is dense lymphoplasmacytic infiltrate, large irregular follicles with fibrosis, and expanded germinal center with acinar atrophy is commonly found. On ISC, there is abundance of IgG4 and plasma cells more than 50%, or you can say more than 40%. So this MCQ more than 40% is common. Diagnosis on clinical and hypergammaglobulinemia and serum level of IgG4 are always elevated, and there is absence of circulating anti-Rho and anti-La antibodies. You have to differentiate from the Sjogren's syndrome. Now, disease usually arises in the middle to late life. The diagnosis typically rests upon the presence of elevated serum level of IgG4 and HP, evidence of lymphoplasmacytic infiltrate with high percentage of IgG4 cells, and the presence of fibrosis. Ultrasound scanning may be demonstrate multiple hypoechoic area and salivary gland. There is no evidence of IgG4 disease increase the risk of malignancy of the salivary and lacrimal gland. On diagnosis, you can find characteristic HP like dense lymphoplasmacytic infiltrate, storiform type fibrosis, and obliterative phlebitis. There is a thrombosis in the small vessels of the submandibular and salivary gland with elevated IgG4 positive plasmacytes, or you can say IgG4 to IgG ratio is increased more than 40%, and this disease is related to CD4 T helper cells and CTLS. This is the cell type, cytotoxic T cell type. It is actually helper cell which act as a cytotoxic T cells. So it is cytotoxic T like cells. So it is CD4 CTLS cells are main pathology of IgG4 related pathologies, and it can involve any organ. Like if organ involved, we can talk about Mikulicz syndrome. There is salivary gland commonly involved. Most common is submandibular gland. Renal thyroiditis. Thyroid is also common. So in renal thyroiditis, there is Eastern heart stroma or fibrosis there, and you can see there is it is renal thyroiditis related to IgG4 related diseases. Kuttner tumor is commonly in the submandibular gland. Autoimmune pancreatitis is pancreatic inflammation or sclerosing pancreatitis. Sclerosing cholangitis mainly affecting biliary duct and inflammation and fibrosis. Orbital pseudotumor, as orbital pseudotumor is also part of IgG4 related disease, as we have to operate in this case. So we are doing endoscopic surgery of removal of this orbital pseudotumor. It is type of pseudotumor which is having IgG4 fibrosis. Autoimmune hepatitis like liver parenchymal inflammation and fibrosis. Multifocal fibrosclerosis, that is multi-system disease, and retroperitoneal fibrosis are common pathologies of IgG4 related disease. There is scarring of the retroperitoneum. This syndrome, you can say, is unrelated condition encompassing a wide range of organ and having two share characteristic like elevated serum IgG4 level more than 135 milligram per deciliter. This is the cutoff point. And set of HPE diagnosis like lymphoplasmacytic infiltrate, storiform fibrosis, and obliterative phlebitis. So these two set of criteria, including all pathologies of IgG4 related like renal thyroiditis, sialoadenitis, sclerosing cholangitis, and retroperitoneal fibrosis are included in this pathology. So most common is autoimmune pancreatitis, MCQ, and sialoadenitis. So dacryoadenitis and other retroperitoneal fibrosis are the most common. The higher the serum IgG4 level indicate number of organ involved, disease activity and therapeutic effect, and there is more common of recurrences if IgG4 level is higher. So in comprehensive diagnostic criteria for IgG4 related disease in 2011, you can say there is clinically diffuse or localized swelling or masses in the single or multiple organ. First criteria is this. Second is elevated serum level of 135 milligram per deciliter, and you can see HP is showing lymphoplasmacytic infiltrate, fibrosis, obliterative phlebitis, and storiform fibrosis in HPE. Or you can say infiltration of IgG4 plasma cells, ratio of IgG4 to IgG more than 40%, and you can say more than 10% IgG4 plus plasma cells in per high power field. This is three characteristic criteria. One is clinical diffuse swelling, elevated serum level, and HB characteristic of IgG4 related disease. According to that, you can define the pathology. Like if it is all three criteria involved, 1, 2, 3, then it is definitive IgG4 disease. If it is only clinical and HP showing characteristics, then it is probable. And only 1 or 2 that is possible is only if it is elevated serum level and clinical ground, no histopathology has been done, then it is possible case of IgG4 related disease. Now talk about management of this disease. You have to manage this disease by some disease more than 30% don't require any therapy. They are asymptomatic and spontaneous resolution occur in 30% of the cases. You can give corticosteroids, you can give rituximab, Rituximab can be given because this decrease the B cell level. Because this disease is T cell disease, even it is stimulated by B cell production. So that's why we are giving rituximab. You can give azathioprine, mycophenolate, and methotrexate. So this is all about IgG4 related disease. Thank you so much.